Anyways, here's the situation. All right, so had this big bad boy out here plowing when I shouldn't have been. It's still really damp out here, but traction isn't the main issue. These tires, they're not in the best of shape, but under normal circumstances they'd be all right. Okay, well, stack that with this being a little bit damp, spinning just a little bit. You can see it's just full of crap here. The weeds are so thick in this section. Anyway, that's not really what happened. Okay, so I was going to continue just dragging this to the end, or pick it up and go dump it off. Like I have a pothole over there by the house. I was going to dump that extra soil that was hanging up right there. I was just going to dump it off in that pothole. Anyways, so you can see how the plow is kind of cocked, right? You see how it's like this? That normally wouldn't be that big of an issue, but this, I keep calling it a drawbar. I think the drawbar is what goes like this. Whenever you put it in there, it's got all the holes. This tow bar is what I'm going to call it. See how far it is out? This tractor was used to tow like a water pump and stuff. It was PTO driven, so I guess they had that tow bar out further. Well, I looked underneath it. It's similar to my John Deere 70. There's like a button under there and you can slide that in there, but it's hung up. You see that? Now, if this plow was straight, which is how I've obviously made it work with zero problems for several passes, then this would be over here and out of the way of that. Well, just so happened to catch me just right to where I can't move forward, and I can't move backwards or forward, and I can't lift it because it's hung up with that. So the plan is to get a little boost. Sorry, I'm trying to walk on all this rolled soil. To get a little boost forward or backwards with either the Roxor or my dad's tractor. So either just kind of pull it forward and get that kind of straightened up, or backwards would work. I don't know which one's going to be easier or less resistance. Probably backwards. Then again, this is just kind of skiing on the ground. It's not really digging. But honestly, I'd kind of like to see the most strenuous option if it was the Roxor, just to see, you know, if it can do it, if it'll pull it forward with all that resistance. But if that don't work, my dad's going to take the front end loader probably on his tractor and kind of like lift this back end up, and that'll force that off of that bar over there. Hopefully that's the plan. So anyway, I took my key out last night, about to put it back in, and later on today I'm probably going to change the oil filter because I didn't have one at the time and that oil was horrible. So it's probably what I'm going to do. But for now, let me skip to the next part of the video. While we're waiting on my dad to come over here, I'm going to check out the garden real quick. There is watermelon. What's right here? Carrots, I think carrots are halfway down. This is my first time buying carrot seeds or even dealing with carrots. I think my parents haven't even planted them before. They normally do like cantaloupe, squash, watermelon, and corn. So anyway, it's a learning experience. That's what most of this is for. I call this my Corona garden. But carrot seeds are like little tiny things, like I don't know, they're so small. 1,500 of them was in that pack, and they didn't last long at all. So we'll see if they even have a chance to grow with all these crows out here and my dogs running around all the time. They say over there that their squash is already blooming, and their peas that they're growing. It's hard to tell because, you know, there's still growth from when they rolled the dirt. When we he has this row builder. I'm not seeing anything. Something over there. Yeah, that's something right there. Yeah, this row right here is doing good. Yeah. There's some more. I have potatoes on that side, so it'll be a while before we see anything to do with those. I would expect corn to come up pretty quick. That might be what that is right there, actually. Anyways, there he comes on the New Holland. So we will be practicing social distancing. Figure I should tell you guys that before somebody jumps me. We don't even hug. They haven't touched the baby. They haven't held the baby, so it's tough, but it is what it is. Anyway, let's get over there to the John Deere. There we go. Alright. Now try your lift. The handle closest to you that's broke off at the top. See? It won't go up none. It's hung up. Alright. Now move your shifter. Move your shifter like halfway down and over to the right. Alright, now move it to the right. You need to get in that bottom right slot. You gotta jam on it, beat on it. There you go. Alright, now that should be reversed. See? No movement. Okay. Now move it up in that slot. Now that should be forward. Okay, see, it won't move forward. And trust me, if you jiggle with the lift and everything, it will not move. So, all right. Now let me just put it back in park, and we'll hook it up to the Roxor and see if it'll move. All right, we're lined up now. Hopefully you guys can see that. I got it in 4 low. He's got it in low gear, and he's gonna be jiggling the hydraulics whenever he's going. All right, we're tightened up. It ain't moving with this. We're gonna have to bust out the tractor. Well, that's officially the first task the Roxor couldn't do for us, but I'm not mad about it. This thing is about 8,000 pounds, not getting traction, and dragging a big plow that's stuck in the ground. I mean, you can tell, see, See that far left? It's actually in the ground. But for video purposes, I was going to give it a shot for you guys anyway. So he's just shortening it up. The plan is to lift the rear end, hopefully cock this forward a little bit, and he's going to pull that way and straighten this out. That's the plan anyway. All right, so we're kind of back in business. It is still wet, but for viewing purposes, this is his first rodeo on this 4020. So that hydraulic, the lift is a little bit weird. You got to raise it back up. Woo! It went back down. Go ahead and reverse. It dropped down again. Go down with it. From where you were in the shifter, go down one, and it's reverse. That should be reversed. You gotta lift this back up. Just watch out for the Roxor back there. Yeah. Okay, back. Back. Now, something's going on with that adjustment back there. It's not just him. It's like if you bump it, then it drops it all the way. If anybody knows anything about these, we appreciate any input, because this is our first rodeo. John Deere's a whole different animal. He's used to mostly international stuff. That shifter is so weird. It's the strangest thing. And we're not dropping down in here for a reason. Try not to get stuck, because look how soft this is. This is just the experiment. We know it's not going to be a perfect plow. It's fine. He's going to have to play with the 3-point, the lift the whole time. But you can see when it goes, it goes, and that tractor ain't even bogged down. It ain't even hurt. It isn't smoking. I mean, it's doing what it needs to do. Hopefully I don't get bit by a snake out here. I got my Louisiana tire on, of course. See, that's making good rolls. Hey, do you need to throttle it up any? You need to throttle it up? You need to throttle it up any? There you go. Let me get up there closer. Yeah, I think we got the plow set pretty good. Of course, I know you got to readjust it once you start dropping down into your grooves here. Let's see what he thinks about it. Whoa, up. Ripping roots out of the ground. What do you think about it? See, it's like if you make any quick movements, it drops it. It's weird. That thing is heavy because it's trying to lift the front end sometimes. depending on how much dirt's still left on the plow. Yeah. Maybe he was dropped down in that. Last time. Depending on how it's set, it might actually be taking a load off of the tractor. I know that's the end goal anyway, but see, you got so much crap built up in here, so many weeds, it ain't wanting to plow, it's wanting to drag right here. Alright, so we just parked the 4020. That's its new parking spot, probably because I really don't like my truck sitting outside. So it's going to go back underneath the carport, RV shed, whatever. That's what my grandma and grandpa had. They had an RV sitting right here. So the 70, think it's going to eventually get a new carburetor, but they're expensive, like $300 and something, I believe. I am going to buy, what am I trying to say? New wheels and tires, the 4020. When that'll be, I don't know, because money is a little bit, I'm not gonna say scarce, but I'm on paternity leave right now. So I don't know when I'll be going back to work. I'm trying to stay off as long as possible to avoid all this virus stuff. So what I'm getting at is I'm not going to be just splurging and buying straight pipe and wheels and tires and everything for right now. Back tires are fine for a little while. Yes, you could use more traction, but I'm not going to spend that much money when both of them are holding air and they're not horrible. It's just so wet still. Okay, anyways, I'm going to go get the Roxor way over there, go park it. I think I'm done playing for a little while. The rain's coming pretty soon. I just wanted to see how that thing would handle under a load. I'm probably going to change the oil filter in that 4020, and it's probably going to be it. Anyway, maybe you guys are a little bit entertained and have something to do while you're locked up inside. And if you're still going to work, then I feel sorry for you, because I'm supposed to be as well. But you know, luckily I get to spend my time at home with the newborn and everything right now and avoid some of this stuff and not get out in it. So anyway, if you want to talk, if you want to comment, feel free to drop it down in the box. We can talk about, you know, situation around you. How are you passing time? You growing your garden? What's going on? If you did enjoy the video, please give it a like. Help YouTube spread the video around. So that's gonna be it for me. Have a good one.